Hello everybody and welcome to the Tiger Paws Collectibles. I do apologise about the lack of upload. I'm suffering from an ear infection in a canal and it's a slow recovery. But anyway, I'm back for now. So, Lightning Collection, Power Rangers, it's done and dusted. It's over with. But one can dream, one can speculate, and one can seriously hope. In today's video, I want to talk about 5 villains who deserve a Lightning Collection figure. Now, we do have some villains, of course, the major ones, Lord Draken, we have Zed, we had Scorpina had one, I believe. We had some of the foot soldiers as well, of course, the putties getting one. But there are definitely other seasons amongst Power Rangers, there are other monsters, other foot soldiers, other main villains who deserve their own Lightning Collection figure. So with that being said, let's talk about the top 5 Power Ranger villains that deserve their own Lightning Collection figures. In our 5th spot, now this one may be a bit controversial, but I want to give it to Thrax. Thrax was a one-off villain, sure. He had some tie-in to Mighty Morphin, being the son of Rita Repulsa and Lord Zed. That never made any sense to anybody, but hey, let's just roll with it. Lord Zed has a lightning figure. So does a lot of the Rangers that showed up in the once a Ranger crossover in Operations Overdrive. It'd be very cool to have Thrax, so, you could have display pieces showcasing the 5 Rangers that returned. If all of them have Lightning Collection figures, I believe all of them do. Maybe I'm wrong. And then you could have Thrax. He was a one-off villain, sure, it's a bit odd, but I feel like the one-off villains deserve a bit more love and attention, and that includes Thrax. Honestly, I think it'd be very cool to have him, the detailing of him and stuff. He did have a weapon, so give him that. If they wanted to make it kind of like they wanted to sell him with a Ranger, I guess Mighty Morphin Black Ranger makes sense because of the crossover. But honestly, I think Thrax deserves a little bit more attention, a little bit more love. Sadly, we don't get much from him, but it would be kind of cool just to see. Just to explore that at least. Our 4th spot goes to the Quantrons. The Quantrons are the foot soldiers for in space. I was about to say Lightspeed then. 4 Power Rangers in space. Out of all the foot soldiers, it's actually quite surprising that the Quantrons don't have Lightning Collection. I honestly thought they did. We've had a few foot soldiers over the years having Lightning Collections figures, but when it comes to the Quantrons, they represent the last set of foot soldiers used in the Zordon era. they were the ones that the In Space Rangers fought, and of course, In Space has such a big, huge impact and a footprint in the legacy of Power Rangers. And that's exactly what the Lightning Collection tried to represent, was the legacy of Power Rangers. Having the Quantrons would have been absolutely awesome. They have really cool weapons that you could, pose with and things. When it comes to the Quantrons, I definitely would want, 2 or 3 of them to pose with some of the In Space Rangers and stuff. It'd be absolutely awesome if we could have done that. Sadly, we can't though. But Quantrons definitely deserve to be on the list, especially with their detailing. Think about like their chest piece, their helmets and stuff. I just think it'd be really cool to have the Quantrons join the foot soldier line. Our 3rd spot goes to Daishi. Now, there's a couple ways that you could have done Daishi. The first way is just give us a Jared, his human form. Then, of course, you have his Black Lion Warrior form. But then you also got his what's it called? The dragon? No, is it Phoenix? His, basically his master mode, I guess, is the way that you could have worded it. There's multiple ways you could have done it. Personally, I would have gone with the Black Lion Warrior form, because there's several ways that you could have played that. Label it as Daishi, but then also give him do also Jared as well, as a human, maybe, possibly. Who knows? But with Daishi, you could then put him against some of the Jungle Fury Rangers. You could also just pretend it's Jared, and have him team up with the Jungle Fury Rangers, like at the end of the show. Daishi is also very cool. There'll be a lot of detailing to his suit and everything. He doesn't have any weapons, but give us hands that pose with his hands out like claws, because we know that's how he fights. He'd be quite chunky and bulky, sure, but that'll be a lot of fun, and it'd be a bit different to some of the other Ranger-like characters we've got. Our second spot goes to Loor. Loor is one of the most memorable villains. He's not exactly the best when it comes to being a villain, but honestly, I think he'd be very cool at standing with the Ninja Storm Rangers. Lothor's one of those villains that were created for Power Rangers. He doesn't have a Super Sentai counterpart. So I like to give attention to that as well, giving some attention to the American-made stuff, because, yeah, okay, we haven't had many American-made Power Rangers, but we've had a lot of American-made storylines, villains, and all that stuff. So it'd be really cool to put Lothor in the limelight as well. He also has a really cool, interesting backstory, which we see, and obviously he does have a tie-in with, of course, the Green Samurai Ranger from Ninja Storm, being his uncle. It would have been actually really cool to have a lot of the Ninja Storm villains as, figures, because they have really interesting designs. They also all very stand out. I really like Lothor's headpiece. I think that'd be really cool. Again, he wouldn't have a weapon because we don't really see him, but he can fight and put him in cool poses, allowing him to fight with some of the figures would be really dope. Give him the ability to have an energy bolt or an energy blast, because we do see him do that at least. He throws lightning a couple times. He does have like an energy ball that he can throw. So kind of throw that into the mix just to let us have fun with it. And for our first spot, and yes, this is incredibly biased, I'm giving it to Zenaku. I've actually read a lot of things on Reddit, Facebook, Instagram, X, whatever you want to call it. People were begging for Zenaku for the longest time. Zenaku is undoubtedly my favourite villain of all time, because Wild Force is my favourite season. Zenaku is, of course, Merrick, the Silver Wild Force Ranger. So just giving us Zenaku alone with his weapon would have been absolutely awesome, because you could have paired him up with the Wild Force Rangers. Not only that, you could have done a double pack. One Ranger in the double pack being Zenaku, the other one being the Silver Wild Force Ranger. You could have paired them off and really well done. Exclusively in my head, by myself, in the corner of a dark space, I do actually really believe we should have got Merrick in his Adamarian warrior clothing, and also Zenaku at the same time, instead of, because we've already got the Silver Wild Force Ranger. Personally, that's just me. Zenaku could have two things to hold. He'd have two, extra items. He could have his Crescent Wolf Blade, which of course is the weapon he uses most, but you could also give him the flute. It'd be rather small, but you could also pose him then holding the flute like he's playing it, which would be really, really dope. We can do that with the Green Dragon Ranger from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, because he also has a weapon that's a flute, so giving the option for Zenaku to do the same would have been absolutely amazing, especially if you added the slight detail that you could see the three crystal balls inside his flute. Would be absolutely awesome. When it comes to posing and stuff, just give us the ability to have energy coming off the Crescent Blade, because he can send energy waves from it. So that'd be really cool. But anyway, there you go. 5 villains from Mighty Morphin? 5 villains from Power Rangers that should have had Lightning Collection figures. What do you guys think of my list? Should I do a part 2 of this? Because there's plenty more. Especially one-off episode bad guys. We only got a handful from Mighty Morphin era, and that really pisses me off. There's a lot of one-off villains that should have gotten action figures, and it's a shame that we never dive in or talk about that sort of stuff. So let me know if I should do a part 2 to this, because I would be very happy to do so. That being said, what's in your Lightning Collection collection? What's in your Lightning collection? At some point, I'll show you mine. I've only got 4 figures at the moment, but I'm really hoping that between now and the end of next year, I'll be able to bump that up a good amount. I'll be showing off the Lightning collection, what I've got, in due time. Just to be warning for you guys here, my upload schedule is going to go all hickety-pickety over Christmas. Of course, I do have a son, and I don't have him on Christmas Day, but when the Christmas holidays kick in, it's going to be extremely hard to record. So at some point, there won't be any uploads until 2025. I've got a couple more videos planned for this year, but when we do get to the end of 2024, I will halt on the uploads and will be coming really strong the second week of January. And I've got plenty of videos planned, ready to go for that. So I look forward to it. Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to check out the rest of the channel. Let me know what else I can discuss when it comes to collecting things, collectibles, video games, all that sort of stuff. And of course, with that being said, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe button, and notification bell, because it does show your support, and of course, it does update you every time I upload. Hopefully, it is YouTube we're talking about. Anyway, we're with passion, everybody. I love you all, and I shall see you guys next time. Bye.